Welcome back. As I said at the end of the last part, we're gonna hop right back in with this Trivisa quest. I hope you enjoy this part. We're coming up at the end of Dragon Age: The Veilguard. Okay, so I'm still gonna take Nev and Lucanus because they're both still level 8, where everybody else is level 9. So I figure that I'm not actually getting all of them up to their full potential though, because I'm assuming that fully leveled is going to be level 10 for all the companions. Okay. So I'm meeting him right where you normally meet him for these kinds of things. Or no, it's actually here. Never really go this way.
Attack for glory!
Thank you.
Still standing, not bad.
Okay. So quest is over here. But down. Okay. Ah, right next to the cafe where we just fought some people. You know? Yes.
Do you
We're
think
back
they're
to where
wondering
we
why
had
you
our
ordered a
first
drink for the empty chair?
If they are, they won't tell anyone. The crows own this cafe.
Smells like Lucanis.
Just try it.
So, are you two okay now? Since you didn't kill Ilario, I mean.
We still hurt him. That humiliation in front of everyone, he'll never forgive that. So there's peace, for the moment at least.
That's good. How's Katarina?
How's your grandmother doing?
You've met her. She was hewn out of dragon bone.
For real.
She's pretending not to be upset by Ilario's betrayal and my possession. Which means she's making everyone else as miserable as possible. Except Dea. She likes Dea.
Me too.
Are the other Talons okay
My
with the
list
whole
of
abomination
I would totally
thing?
get with them
Probably
if they
not,
were romanceable.
but they prefer me to Ilario
Kaya?
or the Venatori. I suppose the crows have had worse
Flynn?
first Talons.
There are others, but I can't remember their names right now.
It must
Drink
feel
up.
good to just relax with a cup of coffee and not worry about everything.
I'm not sure Spite's enjoying it, but yes.
What is it?
What does that mean, exactly?
He doesn't eat, but a promise is a promise. I don't know what I thought it would be like, getting out of the ossuary, getting my life back.
You mean you didn't spend all that time dreaming about having coffee with your inner demon?
I have coffee with my inner demons every day. It's called existing
And
in
with
my
you.
brain.
But here we are. Whatever this is, I'll take it.
Me too. What's with the lighting issues though? Okay, that's a extended stare. Help to master assassin slay his demons. Beautiful. Did I actually increase? Not yet? Okay. That's fine. Right? I'm still at level 8 with Lucanus, right? 8. Oh no, I'm now at 9 with Lucanus. Okay. I don't know when I stopped noticing that. Okay. So feared by Venator. Okay. So let's head on back to the main part. And we'll go talk to Thea and Riago.
It worked. The crows have
get 'em.
harried.
Rook,
Let's
good.
get him.
We have discovered what Ivenchi is planning for Treviso. When you
Okay,
fought the
what
comic
is-
master
what-
in the garrison,
yes, the comic.
you mentioned a note you found that said some comic had gone missing.
We have
Yes.
discovered who stole it.
Eventually.
The governor intends to release it all around the city to pacify violent seditionists.
They called us reckless, and now. Now eventually will ruin the minds of thousands in this city to have their peace and order.
See, these are
Who is Eventually planning to poison with the comic? Aside from the crows.
People who have spoken up too loudly against the Antam.
Anyone too friendly with the crows. I doubt eventually is familiar with poisons. I guarantee the comic will spread to the rest of the city as well.
What is he
Destroying your own people's minds. How could Eventually do this?
By telling themselves there is nothing else to be done.
They will trot out some excuse to give to the worst of the politicians and the merchant princes.
You say that as if those were different people.
It is finally time to strike. Go to the garrison and prevent Ivenchi from releasing the comic.
Once you are there, Thea and I will lead the crows against the rest of Evenchi's forces in the city.
Understood.
One more thing. Jacobus stormed off earlier, angry at Ivenchi. We have not seen him in some time.
Look out
Yes.
for him, would you?
Of course.
Yes.
We'll head to the
Find
garrison.
Jacobus.
Some of the merchant families have fled. They got wind of Ivenchi's comic and suddenly worry they are not on good terms with the governor.
I am only surprised they stayed in the city so long.
Okay, I gotta find.
Jacobus was
I gotta find Jacobus. He's gonna get himself in trouble.
There's the garrison.
Nev,
Okay.
On to the garrison and the governor.
I forgot what I was going to say. Mirda, Nev, when we met, you didn't trust me.
It wasn't personal.
I'll let you.
It was just
have
good
this
sense.
conversation.
I felt the same.
I knew it.
Uh-huh.
But I changed my mind.
Does this mean you trust me less? Or you've fallen for my schemes?
Definitely a second.
Maybe I changed it too quickly.
Probably. But I changed mine too.
That's nice. I'm always glad to have everyone get along.
We clear the garrison this time. Eventually's gotta know there's no way out for a traitor.
Yes. Let's go.
We follow the governor now. The butcher was weak. This is not the cue.
On, Tom. Get ready. The Antom aren't gonna make this easy.
Thank you. Okay, time to fight.
Jacobus?
Me and my
Jacobus.
friends are sick of doing nothing. Eventually's got their comic past the courtyard, but they've locked the gates. We'll break into the garrison and get them open.
Be careful. The Anton...
We'll stay hidden. Good luck.
We don't need a kid dying. God. You gotta chill.
More Anton.
Chill your booty, Jacobus.
Aventi's throwing everything at us.
Got us from a distance.
Stack. Come on. Stack.
Not a chance!
On your left.
They're at range. You and your friends are not
Now it's your turn.
Thank you.
Okay, now for Avenchi.
I know you're there, Rook. I'm ready for you. Come face the ruler Treviso deserves.
Treviso doesn't deserve this. And I'm not coming over there until I know I've got everything. This is a new area. And I'm not stupid. I'm never getting back over here again. Okay. Y'all see anything? I don't see anything right now. Might have gotten everything. If I can see. Okay. Yeah, okay. Just want to make sure. Here we go. Wandering into the comic.
Bold of them. Something's wrong. Something
There's
in the
comic
air.
literally everywhere. I can see it. It's comic.
Wait, are these Anton real?
I see the comic is working.
Watch your back. Your turn. Let's finish this.
Get him. Thank you.
You're a fool to fight me!
Okay, you, and then I'm gonna do this.
Take him down! Why don't you die? Why don't you give up? I dotted every I.
Nope, you did
Weighed
not.
every measure.
Because I am better than you.
You're not even one of them.
Rook fought you like a crow.
Antea, Viago, Jacobus,
And I've been
they all
wearing
took
the
more
crow gear
responsibility as
forever.
Trevisans than you did.
I lost so many people to the Antam. My family, my cousin. By right, his contract against the governor is mine. And I say Evenchi doesn't deserve to die. They deserve to live.
What?
On trial. Paraded in public. Everyone will know who hurt Treviso, and you'll suffer for every minute of it.
You can't do this.
Inspiring young
You
minds.
can't let this brat decide what happens to me.
I approve.
It's
Good job,
time to
Jacobus.
live with your actions, Governor. That seems fair to me.
Being made a scapegoat for all of Treviso's ills is fair?
How are you the
can't put
scapegoat?
me on
You
trial.
literally did it.
I'm still governor of this city.
Not after the crows goaded the merchants and the king about the comic.
The message about Treviso and the future of the Crows has already been sent. Your contract is due, Evenchi. The Crows rule Antiva. And Treviso will be free.
I mean, that seems a little weird still, but I know that's just how this country is set up. I don't know if it's the right way for this country to be set up. I'm pretty sure it's probably not the right way for this country to be set up, but you know, what can you do? Okay, time to look around this area. Okay, let's just start here. Go around the perimeter. Just to see. See, look. A crystal. Okay. Nothing here. Okay. Just want to make sure with that corner. Okay, and then I'm just gonna run around this way. Just make sure there's nothing on the outside of this. Okay. I think that's everything. Ooh. I just wanted to double, triple check that this area is taken care of. Let's head on back. Okay. I don't know why, but that shadow looked weird. Zippy lines. Zippy lines.
Nev, tell the Shadow Dragons to consider any supplies they need already paid for. And I'll cut down what Venatori I can.
You don't
Yes.
have to.
It could have been Treviso. Consider this done.
Taya was watching you throw.
Okay. Let's finish this up.
You are certain of this path?
I've never been more certain.
I know that look. And I approve.
Okay.
And you're sure of this course?
You already asked him that.
Viago,
Yes, you
dear.
did.
Can't you see that I'm stalling?
Ah, you are waiting for Rook's interruption.
No. His audience.
Am I that
Hi.
predictable?
You are reliable. I might say, essential.
Well, I'm honored to help.
It was an honor to defend Treviso with the crows.
To the business of the day, then.
Jacobus, are you ready?
I'm ready, Fifth Talon.
What's going on?
We accept Jacobus's right to the contract on Evenchi, and his decision to spare the governor.
It sent a stronger message than killing them. Their crimes will be aired, their reputation blackened.
And during these punishments, the former governor will live with the fear we may still one day end them. For his help, and proving he has sound judgment, Jacobus is becoming a full Antivan Crow.
Congratulations.
I'm happy for you. You deserve it.
I just want the chance
Yes.
to follow Air's lessons and your example. I only got
I'm
this
glad you're doing
because you went
well,
out to face Evenchi
Jacobus.
Rook. I couldn't have done it alone. I want to find others like me. Orphans. People with no more homes, under a new house name.
I like that they're
Neri
twisting
suggested
this
Eager
kidnapping
TV.
plot into
it's old Trevisan, sort of
being a good
a
thing.
grateful life.
This is what I was talking about in the last part, is that they've twisted around their old backstory for the crows and just washed it of all the like kind of unsavory bits. So like that's like the whole thing with like finding orphans and bringing them into the crows and things like that. That's already what the crows have been doing. That was what happened with Zevran. But it's like in earlier iterations that was not like a good thing. It was a
Jacobus Igrativi. It's a glorious mouthful of a name.
The Fifth Talon agrees.
As does the Seventh. Rook, all of Treviso is in your debt. For what you did out there, and for the future you have inspired.
You have powerful enemies. When you decide it's time to put them in their place, we'll be there.
I'm just
And
wondering
Rook,
who
you'd have made a damn fine crow.
3, 4,
Remember that.
and 6 are when it comes to the Talons. Aided the crows in sending a message to any who claim Antiva from its people. Okay, so what I was saying is that to me, what I'm seeing with this game is that they're kind of just washing all of like the hard parts or the grime off of the Dragon Age series. Like basically everything had its ups and downs in old games. Like everything was very complex and every group was, you know, in some way, shape, or form operating in a gray area, whether that be like on a darker end of the spectrum or a lighter end of the spectrum. It was still almost entirely somewhere in the grays, with maybe only like the big bad of a game being, you know, like, or like Darkspawn or things like that being like fully like, you know, like dark, black, whatever you want to call it, end of the spectrum. With, because I mean your character always had things that they could could do that was, you know, in those gray areas as well. But this game kind of shifts everything so that that most things operate in the white to white light, whatever you want to call it, to kind of light, maybe a hint of a medium gray, but most things are in like the light gray category, with just like villains like the Venatori, the Antam for the most part, and like the specific villains of each story being in that like dark area. So there's like a huge gap in the middle of this spectrum. And it's like, I understand it because this game is, from what I've been able to tell, they're kind of trying to make this game kind of like a new launching point for people to jump into the series from. I know this very well because I'm a 911 fan, ABC's 911 fan, and they started using, since they moved from Fox to ABC, they've been using that as like a launching pad to get new people into the show, and make it easier to introduce people to the show, even though you're 7-8 seasons into it. So I understand it in that way, but they have very similar vibes about where they're going wrong with this like washing of past sins. Basically, the way that I am thinking about this is in terms of like Gerard in 911. Like organization that was like, you know, not great. Gerard was, you know, homophobic, racist, abusive white man, who was the captain of the 118 before the series started. And they reintroduced him in season 8, and they kind of washed away all of that and just became, and he became like this like kind of comically evil kind of thing. So instead of him being racist or sexist or homophobic or any of those things that he was shown to be back in like season 2 when we were introduced to him as a character for the first time, now in season 8 he's kind of like a joke character. Like he's like cartoonish and just like kind of what people were saying in the most recent episodes, where he's just like, he's a dick, but he's, you know, he doesn't have all those other things on top of that. So it's kind of like reusing something that people know from the past. And so if you're a long time person in that like fandom space, you know that this isn't quite right, that they've like taken away some of the complexity or some of the darkness, or, you know, they've taken something away to make it easier for new people rather than like reintroduce something. Like they could have just given they could have, instead of having Gerard come back from season 2, like he was literally in 2 episodes in season 2, and then all of a sudden he gets reintroduced as a character in the last episode of season 7. So they could have just had a new character fill that spot. They could have created a new character that filled that spot, that did and said the exact same things that Gerard does, but instead of doing that, they wanted to like reuse things. So you've got that callback for the people who have been there the whole time, but then you're kind of disappointing those people who have been there the whole time because you've changed things about it. You've changed like core aspects about that thing that you've brought back, just for the basically reason of not wanting to fully create something new, even though it's basically creating something new and slapping something an old label on it. You're creating a new product and slapping an old label on it. It's kind of where I'm feeling about that. I'll probably do a deeper dive into my feelings about Veilguard. I really enjoy this game. I think it's really fun. It's a good and I enjoy it for what it is. And I personally am more able than other people I've seen. Again, I've been trying not to spoil myself on things, but I have heard some like non-spoiler like thoughts about other people's takes on what's happened with Dragon Age, and also when it comes to like my 911 thing as well. In both cases, I know that I'm less bothered about the fact that they're, reusing something but changing it pretty intrinsically than other people are. I'm just easier. I have easier times of taking each thing in like a series or whatever as its own independent product. Like, I usually, when it comes to like TV shows, I can take each season as its own independent thing and like kind of see it on that merit. Or like there's a couple of shows that I've watched where I've seen like different countries' versions of them, and so I can look at those, see how they differ, and like see how the like usually it's like a US remake of a British show or something like that. In most cases I can see the original and I can see the new one, and I can take them as like independent things, even though like the remade one is changing things with the original, but with everything still has the same name. I can kind of separate that more personally. So a lot of it just doesn't faze me as much. Or like I'm gonna cut a lot of this out because I'm really rambling right now. But here's actually a good example of what I'm trying to say is so I grew up in, my teen years happened in the or my pre-teen years happened in like the early 2010s. And so I was really into like the Mortal Instruments series. And so like I don't get bothered by things like the issues between the book versus like the movie adaptation or versus the Shadowhunters TV show. I've seen all of them. I've seen both adaptations. I've read the books. It doesn't bother me because I'm able to take them as like kind of their own independent things. Like I can take some background knowledge from like the books and apply it into some places where there are like gaps in what's shown or told to you in either the book or either the movie or the TV show adaptation. But for the most part, I can take each of these adaptations and I can fully separate them as their own thing. And so like I know a lot of people who really like the book are not happy with the movie because the movie kind of has some poor execution going on. but they much prefer the books, or much prefer the movie over the TV show, because the TV show fully starts to diverge pretty soundly from the original books, starting towards like the end of season 1 and into season 2. And so people get really, really mad about that, because they're changing it, but I'm like, it's fine that they're changing it. They're making it what works for the show, you know? And so I think that's kind of like the same mindset that I go into this with. So, as I was saying, it doesn't bother me as much. It does sort of bother me, just because I do know all of that like backstory stuff about the crows and, you know, other aspects. And obviously I'm talking about the crows because we just did this, and it really brought it up, the specifics of what I'm talking about, of the specific area I'm talking about. But in general, like, I can just fully turn off like any issues I have on that side and just enjoy this for what it is. That's all I'm saying. I'm really freaking rambling. So I'm gonna stop doing that now. And I think, yep. I was like, I think that's my only quest now. %. Oh my god. I'm so close. But so far away. I have 4 that I didn't find. I'm pretty sure I found almost everything that I'm going to find in the game at this point. So I was missing... Oh, that's so close. It's so close. It kind of hurts. I'm missing 8 from the Elven people. 4 from the Grey Wardens. 7 from the Mornwatch. 2 from the Dwarven people. 4. I can't read anymore. 4 from the Antivan Crows. Okay, this one's a little bit more. 11 from the Shadow Dragons. 6 from the Lords. Got that. 14 from Miscellaneous. And 20 from Mementos. So that's going to be close to whatever the end game is going to be, I'm betting, at this point. Okay. So, missive. House Agra TV welcomed its newest members today. 2 more orphans like me. Don't worry, Air's still training us, but she seems to think I'm concentrating better now on lessons. And I guess I am. If you ever need a crow, well, you know a lot of crows, but consider my house at your disposal. Beautiful. Okay. So let's head to the table, unless anybody's got something to say. Actually, no, I don't think about it. Nope, nobody's got nothing to say. Nobody got none. Come together.
Tearstone Island. That's where Elganon and Gillename will perform their ritual.
With an
Yes.
eclipse, those two can finish their dagger, then tear open the Fade. After
Yes.
that, we've witnessed the horrors Gillenane creates with even a trickle of the Blight. What happens with a flood?
Next eclipse is a month away. That's not a lot of time.
Getting past the
month?
Antom Navy won't be easy. They'll be on high alert.
We'd need our own fleet to get past them, which we don't have.
None of this is gonna be easy.
We're facing immortals. We're fighting gods. Doesn't get any tougher than this. The harder it is, the more it's worth doing. That said, we can make it easier on ourselves.
So,
Yes.
what's the plan?
Yes, what is
A
the
single
plan?
boat can sneak past a blockade. We just need to find something that floats.
The Antam
Okay.
fleet may not spot us, but the gods see much farther.
Worse, they know about us specifically. They'll be waiting.
Yes. Overwhelm them?
Let's make sure there's too many distractions for them to spot us.
Sounds like you have a plan.
Harding, reach out to our allies. Wardens, veil jumpers, all of them. Tell them to be ready to start swinging. We start
Okay.
enough fires, make some noise, and the gods will look everywhere for us. Except at their front door.
You've helped our allies, Rook. They're ready to return the favor.
That takes care of
Hopefully.
the approach. But what about when we get there? We'll have 2 gods waiting. Who knows how many Antam? We'll need to be at our best. Question is, we there yet?
We are ready as we'll ever be.
I'll send
I
off
think so, too.
messages to our allies. They'll be ready.
Okay. I don't think the Inquisitor is gonna be able to make it, considering everything in South Thedas. But, I'm gonna ask about the Inquisitor.
What about the
anyway.
Inquisitor? I know he's busy fighting in the south, but this doesn't end until the gods are dead. He knows that.
Saving the world? Sounds like the Inquisitor.
Reach out to him. Morgan, too. We could
Yes.
use their help.
Prepare.
I hear
I'm
that we're
just
as
gonna
ready
say
as
that
we'll ever
just in
be.
case.
But we can always be more prepared. Weeks until the next eclipse gives us time. Let's use it wisely.
Agreed.
Get some rest, then we'll take care of outstanding business.
I don't think we have any outstanding business, but I just want to double check. It's not even double at this point, it's probably like quadruple. Okay, I got one more. That's something. Was there anything else? Okay. Yeah, so I think this is the end of the road. I am gonna do one last check for any outstanding conversations. I'm literally just choosing the first 2 so I can turn around and go back. Nothing? Okay. I just wanted to double check to make sure I didn't have any outstanding combos. This is it. The end of the game. So, this is gonna be a short part because it is really fucking early. I am not doing so it's really late right now. I'm not doing the end game right now. Because it is 7 a.m. I have not slept yet. I'm gonna go to sleep. But it looks like next time is going to be the end of my Dragon Age Veilguard playthrough. Thank you everyone for joining me on this ride. I might be too emotionally distraught by the end of that video to say anything at that point. But if you have enjoyed this playthrough at all at this point, please let me know. If you could do all the standard YouTube nonsense by liking the video, commenting, subscribing, whatever. And I will see you in the end game next time. So, you better have a good night and take care of yourselves. Get ready for it.